Hey there, besties. Let's take a look at this story from some months ago. Not sure how many people remember this. It was a patient. You see the dude down at the bottom who was in this facility, whatever type of facility, special needs, something like that. And he attacked his teacher, counselor. I don't know what she is. We'll find out in a second when I read the caption. And the woman almost was out of here, for lack of a better way to describe it, based off of his attack on her. Okay. So it's all on video because what isn't, and I'm not going to play the video on the attack. What happened is that when he basically pushed her, she landed and didn't move. So from the onset of just pushing her, that could have basically been it for her, but it wasn't. And then he goes and attacks her more while she's unable to do anything on the ground. And I'm describing this because it's crazy, first of all. And what you see is a bunch of women coming out of nowhere because, of course, not trying to be rude or anything. It's all women here in this facility. There's a man or two, but they're basically the size of women. And it takes like 5, 6, 7 people to get this person to stop doing what they're doing to the non-moving person on the ground. I say all this to say it's pretty disturbing, concerning. And when women are out here talking about they can do it all, they can do the same thing as men, we're equal to men and all those types of things. I'm trying to understand, where was the equality when it came to pulling that dude off of that woman? Where did the equality go when it comes to getting this large person who, just judging by the video, I don't know, allegedly, probably weighs about, probably weighs about 220 to 40 pounds. And then you got all these women who weigh about 160, 150, 175 maybe, and you can't do anything. Bet you was looking for a man then. All this foolishness with we don't need a man, we just as good as men, we equal to men, we can do it all. Well, y'all wasn't doing it in this case, and I'm trying to understand why. Where were all the big men that you need at minimum as security guards, I guess, whatever you would call them in this type of facility, to be there to assist? It took several people and a long ass time for them to come and get this person off of this woman. Shout out to the Neighborhood Talk. Their caption reads, "We previously reported on the incident where a teenager, okay, special needs student attacked a teaching aide, knocking her unconscious after being instructed to stop playing with his Nintendo Switch." Okay, so understanding that he's special needs, he was just told to stop playing with his Nintendo Switch for whatever the reason is, okay? And it elicited this behavior, which I'll leave the link and you can go take a look at it yourselves. Months later, after the horrific incident, the teacher is refusing to assist the teen's defense. The teacher is refusing to assist the teen's defense reduce his sentence. Now, that sentence is written improperly, but the big caption says, "Sensitive content, 270-pound autistic student that brutally assaulted teacher facing up to 30 years in prison. Victim refuses to assist in reducing his sentence." I'm trying to understand why anyone would have an issue with this. Victim refuses to assist in reducing his sentence. Why would she and why should she? Why is this a story? She is the victim and is probably kissing the ground of the fact that she even wakes up every day after what happened in this video. So Brendan Deppa, 18, is charged as an adult. Well, he's 18 and faces up to 30 years behind bars for first-degree felony charge of aggravated battery. The victim, Joan Natick, expressed no interest in mitigating what penalties Deepa might face, according to Flagler Live, whatever that is. Surveillance footage caught Deepa charging and hurting Natick back in February, so almost a year, knocking her unconscious as he delivered blow after blow. So there is the worded description of what happened. They said it a lot better than me. Standing at 270 pounds and 6'6", the suspect reportedly told a peer that he was going to delete her prior to the attack. So it sounds like planned. Sounds like planned. 270, 6'6". Y'all don't need no men around. Y'all got it under control. He also noted to the police officers that he would beat her up every time she takes away his game, spitting on her as he was being escorted away. Deepa even tells them that he cannot go to jail because he has more important things to be doing. The suspect will be pleading guilty to avoid trial later this month, and his sentence will follow. Judge Terrence Perkins will have the option of sentencing him as a minor with a penalty as low as probation based on the severities of his disabilities. So they want to say the severity of his disabilities. However, he knew and worded what he planned on doing. And if the few people who couldn't get him off didn't come out and take him off, pull him off, he probably would have succeeded. 270, 6'6", huge. But people want to play on his disabilities, probably as an excuse, right? Because people with disabilities don't do anything wrong. I'm hopeful that the awareness of this incident being spread wide and far will prevent anyone else from ever dealing with the trauma, physical healing, and disruption of everyday life this has caused, said Natick on her GoFundMe page that has raised more than $100,000. Natick has denied the claim that she confiscated the game system before the issue in several interviews. It was also reported that Deepa incurred more charges as he had 3 battery arrests prior to the school incident and recently got into a brawl while in jail last month. So this person clearly has an issue with regardless of what the reason is, because I'm sure people will say it's because of his disabilities. Well, sorry for your luck. He's a problem. He's a problem. And the fact that anyone thinks that she should help him get at least she need to be up there screaming at the fact that he need to be kept behind bars for the rest of his daggone life before he does something where he actually does take someone's life. Let's look at some of the comments. All right. First comment, you have to have a certain kind of heart to work with special needs students, adults, etc. Agree. This one says, please don't speak on this autistic student unless you understand people with autism and how their brains work differently than more, and some more nonverbal. Some are more verbal than others, and some are completely nonverbal. They can be easily upset if triggered or if it's not handled or explained properly. These comments in here show that y'all are uneducated and ignorant to what many people face every day when helping or working to help these kids. He doesn't know his full strength. He is 18, but mentally more so probably 14 or younger. Go read some books before you make ignorant, rude, and disrespectful comments towards someone autistic. I'd be damned if I don't speak up. Well, I'd be damned if I don't speak up either. We're not going to use that as an excuse. We're not going to be, he has already been in jail. So we're just going to excuse the criminal yet again and then say he should be excused because of his difficulties. No, I don't have to go do any research on anything. I don't have to go do it. It's always everybody got to go get educated about every daggone thing. No one knows everything about anything and everything that goes on. I see this video. So he doesn't deserve jail until when? Until he actually deletes someone? I hear that I understand that autistic people have issues and they can't communicate the way that other people can. Also, there are some autistic people who are very, very smart, more intelligent than the rest of us, okay? That does not mean he gets absolved from this. Period. Or any of his other assault cases, allegedly. He shouldn't have that as an excuse. Y'all love to make excuses for people who are doing wrong and then turn around and be upset, God forbid, if something happens to you or someone that you know or your family members. Then it's, oh my God, everybody got to come to the defense and do everything. He's not a child. He's 18. I'm assuming whatever he did before is when he was a child. So if he already got his reprieve or whatever you want to call it, no. If there's a special jail for autistic people, maybe there is. I do not know. If he can't be held where his people take care of him for special needs, then where the heck is he supposed to be at then? Especially if he's already been to jail before. This one says he showed no remorse or sympathy for her after he did it. He said he would do it again, and next time it would be worse. So since the school, his parents, or nobody else can control him, thank you, that is the point. That's what I needed to say. No one can control him, but we should just let him go just because he's got autism. Y'all are half damn crazy out here. So since the school, his parents, or nobody can control him, lock him up or put him away so he can't be a danger to anyone else. I feel like dismissing or excusing his behavior because he has a disability is not acceptable. The fact that he could have deleted this lady and felt nothing about it doesn't sit right. And for everyone saying he's autistic and the punishment is too harsh is crazy. Because if that's what it would be in your mother, grandmother, or family member, you would not be as sympathetic. Thank you so much, sir. I feel like the people that have been taking care of him should have done a better job at making sure this violent episode was controlled by how many people he could be around, because clearly this is a thing that happens in and out of school, and I'm sure he had triggers or warning signs that could have been expressed beforehand. Autistic doesn't mean he doesn't comprehend what he's doing. So if it's not something, then he needs to be put away in a facility, and I agree completely. Someone says, why is the second part of the title even a thing? Exactly. It doesn't make sense. Let him go to jail for 30 years. This one says, and this is exactly why as a mother to an autistic child, I dedicated my life and career to cater to autistic children, because I'd be damned if this happened to my child or any other child I serviced. Do not trigger your client. Allow them free access to sensory calming devices without taking them away. And if you do take it away, always have a replacement or timer set to let them know they are getting it back. She just something my whole life away. Anyway, don't put all this on the teacher. The 30 years is based on his prior criminal history. Okay, thank you. That's from an attorney. It's like no one else saw that. Thank you, ma'am, because it's like no one else saw that part. Sheesh. Anyway. Baby special needs children are much stronger when they are upset. Trust me, I know my daughter has punched me so hard I have seen stars. But you have to know what triggers them and take it slowly with them. His trigger was his game. I'm not saying what he did was right, but that game means more to him than anything at that time. Jail 30 years, hell no, but getting him more help to understand his wrongdoing will help him. Nah, sis, he done had his chances. He got to go. If that woman wasn't here, I'm sure these people would still say this. And I'm going to go ahead and say it's because he's black, because you know who be in the daggone comments of the blogs, specifically the neighborhood talk. So they want to go ahead and again go by race, but let it be one of their family members like the other gentleman said, and the story would be completely different. As a person with an autistic family member, y'all have to seriously stop treating them as if they're slow or incapable of understanding things. They may learn and process things slower than others, but they be knowing what they're doing and what things mean. And with him being 18, he's had years of teaching and coping mechanisms implemented in his daily life. Reacting like that means something hasn't been clicking and it should be taken seriously. I wouldn't be helping or coming to his aid either. He brutally, I'm assuming that means hit her, could have deleted her. Sorry, especially black folks. His actions have serious consequences and he'll soon learn that. You don't get special treatment or accommodations for punishment because you're different, and y'all know damn well you're not letting that behavior from your different children rock at home. He need to do his time and get some proper help. That's a great point that she daggone made there. He doesn't get special treatment or accommodations. He's already gotten the special treatment and accommodations by being in this daggone facility. So there's your special treatment right there. Woo. Anyway, I'm not even going to read anymore because I think that's sufficient enough. Let me go ahead and play this daggone video so that you can hear him. I haven't listened to it, but again, got to block out most of it. I'm going to block it out because I don't even want to give YouTube a chance. So they're playing the video of what he was doing. There's 1, 2, 3 women. Oh, one man, another woman. 1, 2, 3 women, one man. Can't get him off. Here comes another dude. These men aren't as big as him at all. 3, 4 people removing him off of her. Now there's 2 women trying to tend to her.
Stay right there. Yeah.
I don't want to go to jail.
Well, Brandon, look at me. Look at
I
me.
have more important places.
I understand.
You can stop manhandling me.
Nobody's manhandling you, Brandon.
So he knows he don't want to go to jail, but y'all think that he shouldn't be held accountable. Maybe not y'all, of course, but the people in the comments. So maybe you know, I'm not even gonna say anything. Anyway, so that's it. That's all. Please go ahead and hit the like button. Let me know what you think. Subscribe to the channel. I will see you all in the next one.
We do not care.